Happy holidays and welcome to this edition of The Hill with April Ryan. There's a lot to talk about, so let's get right to it. A new national database that tracks serious misconduct by federal law enforcement officers is now in place at the Justice Department. It's an effort to ensure those officers are not hired by other government agencies. The head of the White House Office of Public Engagement, Steve Benjamin, talks about why this database is so important.
The database is live for current and former DOJ officers who may have had records over the last several years, past 7 years. At launch right now, it can only be accessed by authorized users at the Justice Department. It's going to be expanded very soon to allow authorized users from any federal law enforcement agency and eventually state and local law enforcement agency users as well. So we're easing into the implementation phase.
All federal law enforcement agencies will have to submit their information to the federal database within 60 days. Vice President Kamala Harris has a new issue added to her portfolio. She is now leading the Biden White House effort on abortion rights. This is an important issue polls show that most Americans, Democrats and Republicans, support in the wake of the Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. And the Biden-Harris campaign believes this could be one of the issues that will make a difference when the voters head to the polls in 11 months. Meanwhile, the Colorado Supreme Court has kicked Donald Trump off the ballot in that state. The court ruled that the former president's role in the January 6th insurrection, viewed as a violation of the 14th Amendment, disqualifies him from being on the ballot in that state in 2024. Several other states have seen similar challenges pending, but Colorado is the first to make the historic decision. The Trump campaign says, of course, they will appeal the decision. Turning our attention now to sub-Saharan Africa and the violent conflict in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Millions of people have been displaced in what is called one of the worst humanitarian crises in history. The Biden administration has intervened. John Kirby of the National Security Council spoke with theGrio about those efforts.
There's a ceasefire now that has been extended to the 28th of this month. That's a good sign now. So that's about a week away. It has definitely resulted in a reduction of violence. It's largely been upheld by both sides. We're going to continue to monitor this and watch it as closely as we can. And I can tell you that we are absolutely working to see if we can get yet another extension of this ceasefire beyond the 28th of the month. But thus far, it's been holding. Both sides have been basically meeting their commitments to it. We want to see that extended and pursued for an additional amount of time to, again, get the violence down, get things more stable between those two countries.
The White House says it plans to stay engaged on the continent of Africa. As Kirby mentions, it is vital on several fronts, from national security to food insecurity, economic growth, and public health. Massachusetts Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley is pushing back against efforts across the country to ban books in schools. She has introduced anti-book ban legislation. She says this is an issue that is very personal to her.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to introduce the Books Save Lives Act, legislation to combat the rise in book bans. This past school year had more than 3,000 instances of books banned across 33 states. And in my home state of Massachusetts, libraries saw challenges to books quadruple. Let me make it plain. Book bans are discriminatory and harmful, and Congress must unite against them. As a child who endured sexual abuse, when I read Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, it was the first time in my life I knew I was not alone, and it helped me move forward. So when I say that books save lives, I mean that. My bill would recognize this by ensuring libraries offer diverse books and treat discriminatory bans as violations of federal civil rights law. I urge my colleagues to support this legislation for all of the people who are saved by books each and every day.
Currently, Republican states like Florida have banned books in schools and libraries on Black history, including the award-winning book by Nicole Hannah-Jones, The 1619 Project, which details the origins and continued legacy of slavery. With my ugly sweater, I want to thank you for joining us for this holiday edition of The Hill, where we amplify the news for us and about us. From my family to yours and from the theGrio family to yours, take care and peace.